Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
He's a decent guy. I mean, I've never seen anything weird from him.
New details tonight about a Fargo man accused of sexually assaulting kids at Lindenwood Park. Thank you for joining us tonight. Mike is off. A lot of parents in the community are concerned about a story we have been following all day. Sucille Gallet has been banned from Fargo parks and could be facing sexual assault charges. A Fargo woman says Gallet kissed and grabbed her children inappropriately. He says it's a misunderstanding. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson has more.
My 8-year-old son had a complete meltdown this afternoon.
Lisa Gedrose is still shaking from an encounter at Lindenwood Park.
The man reached over and grabbed my son's genitals, not with an open hand, but a closed cupped hand, and groped the entire genital area for maybe a second or two.
Gedrose says Sucille Gallet touched both of her children inappropriately. He soon could be facing charges for sexual assault.
Take and then I will just like I'm sorry, just like here, take like kiss and then I will put a separate.
Gallet says the young girl fell and he kissed her to make it better. He says he's not a criminal.
People didn't understand what you were doing.
Yeah, I know, but I love it. Almost kids need kiss, see sometime fall down, something wrong.
He's claiming my daughter fell. She never fell. My husband was behind her a few steps the entire time, and I'm setting the record straight that what he is claiming is false.
They're over at the park all the time. This is the first time anything like this has been brought up.
Ken Hansen is a caretaker at Community Homes where Gallet and his kids live.
He's from another country. Maybe it was just misconceived. You have no idea at that point because I'm not from his culture. I don't know how they act around kids. And
I'm not gaining anything except trying to tell other parents in Fargo Moorhead what happened, our story. And when you do go to a park, be on the lookout of what could happen to your children, who could interact with them in the course of just a few seconds.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Gallet is banned from area parks, and prosecutors are deciding if sexual assault charges will be filed. A tough night for one of the chefs at a South Fargo eatery. While he was inside working at Doolittle's, another driver accidentally smashed his parked car, almost winding up on top. It happened close to 6:30 this evening. An eyewitness tells Valley News Live the driver was trying to park and simply kept driving. We're told that no one was seriously hurt. Police are investigating the death of 2 people near Mahnomen, Minnesota. They received a call early this morning about a shooting at a home 11 miles northeast of the city of Mahnomen. When law enforcement arrived on the scene, they found a 75-year-old man dead in a Quonset and a 71-year-old woman dead inside the home. Their names have not been released yet. An autopsy is being conducted to determine their cause of death. 3 felony charges have been filed against a 71-year-old Clearbrook, Minnesota man accused of shooting at a deputy. Carsey Clausen has been charged with second-degree attempted murder and first-degree use of deadly force against a peace officer. Each charge carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Authorities say a U.S. Border Patrol pilot was flying over Clearwater County searching for marijuana growing operations. A Polk County deputy was riding along as an observer. Clausen allegedly fired 2 shots from a rifle when the helicopter flew over his property. The Polk County deputy was hit with shattering glass and bullet fragments when the bullets struck the helicopter. The numbers are not final, but voters in the Barnesville School District are soundly rejecting a $35.2 million bond issue. With 13 of 21 precincts reporting, 69% of the votes cast are no, just 31% yes. The vote totals you see there are from Clay County. The district also includes portions of Wilkin and Ottertail counties. The district wanted the money to modernize the high school and elementary schools. Glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness in the United States, and now doctors say a growing number of Minnesotans are expected to report blindness or a severe disability seeing by the year 2020. U.S. Census data shows between 2010 and 2030, the number of people aged 65 and older will double in Minnesota. And while the number of people over the age of 65 continues to grow, so will the cost of eye treatment. Minnesota State Services for the Blind, which operated under a $2 million budget, helps the blind learn activities of daily living, travel, and alternative techniques of blindness. Last year, they served more than 4,000 seniors, and nearly 85% of them had macular degeneration. The moose population is growing in North Dakota, but that's not the case for many other states in the upper Midwest. The Center for Biological Diversity and Honor the Earth have filed a petition to federally protect moose. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service must review moose mortality, reproduction, and annual survivor rates to make their decision.
And essentially that's where we're at right now with the moose petition. Is the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has said, okay, we need to look further into this, and then they come to the states and the experts to get as much information as they can to see if that species needs to be listed or not.
Other states under consideration are Minnesota, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and the petition will not affect current regulations. Officials with the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources say anglers have surpassed the walleye quota on one of the state's premier lakes. The most recent harvest estimate indicates that the harvest allocation set at 40,000 pounds in January has been met. The DNR has decided not to close the catch and release walleye season at this time. The fisheries chief says analysis of survey data indicates that mandating catch and release regulations for the 2016 season are successfully conserving the future spawning population on Mille Lacs. Of the 40,000 pounds allocated for this year's season, 28,600 were set aside for state licensed anglers and 11,400 for tribal fishing. The Ice Bucket Challenge was a big success, people getting doused with a bucket of ice water for charity. A Philadelphia area man is kicking it up a notch by traveling the United States, raising money and awareness for ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. Larry Kaplan is visiting all 50 states in 30 days and doing his version of the Ice Bucket Challenge, which he calls the ALS 50 in 30 Bucket Challenge. No ice buckets for Larry, though. Instead, he gets showered with something specific from each state. So today in Fargo, with Miss North Dakota doing the honors, Larry's treatment, a bucket, a big bucket full of choke cherries or choke cherry juice. In other states, he's been bathed in loaded Bloody Marys, maple syrup, and barbecue sauce, to name just a few. This is day 9 of his 30-day trip. He has 2 more stops. Today, he was stopping in Sioux Falls and then on to Omaha. Larry says you can watch all of his adventures, including last night's at Target Field, on his website, 50in30.org. You can also find it on Facebook.
Valley